Hi everyone, welcome back and thanks for stopping back by my channel. So today's video is a very exciting video for me. I have wanted to do this video for like a week now and I filmed it and the colors just were not showing up the way I wanted to. So anyway, as the title explains, this video is about Morphe brushes. So if you don't know who Morphe brushes is, Morphe brushes is well known for collaborating with especially Jaclyn Hill. They did an eyeshadow palette with her and that sold out and then pretty much broke the internet. They also have recently done a collaboration with Mac Daddy, and he is also known as Angel Marino. He's an amazing makeup artist. So I went ahead and grabbed 12 of their eyeshadows about 2 weeks ago because I saw they posted on their Instagram that they had restocked and I had been waiting for months. So I was just like, you know what? If I don't get this eyeshadow right now, I'm probably never gonna get the eyeshadow. So I just went ahead, grabbed the eyeshadows, and I just wanted to come and show you guys some swatches. So I'm not going to be reviewing these eyeshadows because I haven't really used them yet. I unfortunately nicked pretty much like half of them, opening and shutting them, and especially because I was trying to do the video the first time. So don't mind the huge craters in some of the eyeshadows. But yeah, let's just go ahead and show these eyeshadows. So the first color here is a very, very pretty pink color, and it's kind of like a rosy pink. This is it right here. It's called Dancing Queen, and it's also labeled number 68. So on the website, this shadow is described as a metallic raspberry, and it is a shimmer finish. So that description pretty much suits it very, very well. So you saw it in the pan. I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch it on my hand. Very, very pretty and very, very buttery. So there is the shadow right there. And again, that is Dancing Queen, and it is number ES68. This shadow right here is called Lustrous, and this is ES number 6. On the website, this shadow is described as a soft golden peach brown, and this is a matte finish. So there it is in the pan. And I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this on my hand as well. So this color is definitely very, very pretty, but I'm gonna have to slightly disagree with the fact that this is a matte shadow because it does have a slight sheen to it. It kind of looks like that first shadow that I swatched on my hand right here, which is classified as a shimmer color. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but that is number ES6, and that is called Lustrous. This next guy right here is called Mysterious. So it is also called ES number 11. It is a very nice kind of like copper pink kind of color. Very, very gorgeous. On the website, this is described as an orange copper, and this is a deluxe pearl finish. So right off the bat, I just want to say that going in with these shadows on my fingers, they're super buttery and pigmented. So this is that third shade just swatched on my hand, right beside, I think that was Lustrous, the last one that I swatched. Yeah, so there it is. Very, very gorgeous. Next shade I have here is a very nice mid-toned kind of, you know, it's kind of like a cool brown. This is called Creme Brulee, and it's also called ES63. Now, if this shadow does look a little bit familiar, this is actually one of the ones that came from the Jaclyn Hill palette. So on the website, they describe this shadow as a muted brown. So let's just go ahead and swatch that right on my hand. All right, and there you have it. Next shade I have here is called Secretive, and it's ES number 71. This is also one of the ones that was from the Jaclyn Hill palette. On the website, they describe this one as a deep maroon red, and that definitely fits the description. And this is also a matte finish. I'm gonna swatch that right up against that brown shade that we had. Ooh, super pretty. The next shade I have here is called Petals. This is number 67, and again, this is one of the ones from the Jaclyn Hill palette. And on the site, they describe this one as a dual intensity peach pink, and this is a pearl finish. And I must say, I saw That Girl Shay use this in one of her tutorials, and I was like, you know what, I need that shadow. This is one of those duochrome kind of ones, so I guess that's why they call it a dual intensity. So this shadow has like a beige base, and then it has like a pink kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say it's glitter because it's very fine and it's not chunky at all, but just know that it's duochrome and it's very, very pretty. Not sure if the camera's gonna pick it up very well, but I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this right beside that deep maroon shade. Oh, so pretty. Oh. Oh. So there it is on my finger. And there it is on my skin. Alright, so moving on, we have this nice kind of brown color, kind of cool tone, and this is called Gunpowder. It's also labeled ES79, and on the website they describe this one as gunpowder. They don't really have an actual description for it, but looking at it in the pan, it does look like it is like a satin finish. And I don't know if they actually have a satin finish. Maybe their satin finish is the pearl, I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and swatch it right beside that beautiful pink color. And you know what? I'm gonna take that back. It does kind of look like it's a satin finish in the pan, but I think I want to go with it being a matte color. So here it is right here on my hands. Next shade is also a nice kind of cool tone gray color. This is called Velveteen, and it is also number 72. And this shade is described as a true gray, and this is a matte shade. So yeah, looking at that, it really does go with the description that they gave. So let's go ahead and swatch this on my hands. So this one's a little bit lighter than that gunpowder color, but still very pretty. I don't know, this one seems a little bit drier than the other ones that I have swatched, and I do realize it is a matte, but this one seems just a little bit more drier, but still very nice, and it picks up the pigmentation. So there it is right there, just below gunpowder. The next shade I have here is a very pretty taupe color. This is just like straight up taupe. And this is called New Moon. Whoa, I just jammed my finger and look how much pigment just came off on my finger. So you can really tell how buttery and pigmented they are. But anyways, as I was saying, this is just a straight up kind of taupe color. It is called New Moon, and it is also labeled ES number 70. This is described on their website as a shiny pewter color, and it is also a shimmer. Very, very pretty. Wow, lots of pigment. Lots of pigment. It's packing in this one eyeshadow here. So there is the, I think it was New Moon swatch right beneath that nice gray color. Okay, so moving on, this is another shadow from the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette. This one here is called Rosewood and it is ES59. On the website, they describe this one as a vibrant cran purple, and this is a matte finish. So definitely goes along with the description they gave, and I was so happy to get this one because it's just so pretty. Like, come on, how could you refuse that? So let's just go ahead and swatch that on my hand. Ooh, crazy pigmentation. Okay, so right beneath that taupe shade. There it is right there. Sorry, it's kind of in an awkward place, but that's it right there. And sorry if this kind of annoys you. I'm just trying to get the color to show up on the camera because I have really messed up lighting at the moment. So there you go, that is ES59, the vibrant cran purple. So the second last shade I got is called New Year's Love, and it's called ES51. And this is also kind of like a cool toned gray color. So on the site they describe this as a gray with silver sheen, and this is a pearl finish. So it's very reminiscent of a lot of the gray colors and the taupes that I showed earlier. So yeah, let's just go ahead and swatch this and see how it swatches up. Very pigmented again. Yeah, so you can definitely see it is different from the ones that are up here, but you know, very similar but different at the same time, if that makes any sense. So I know if you're a makeup junkie like me, you're gonna understand what I meant about, you know, the shadow being different but kind of the same. So yeah, that's that one there. The very last shade I have is called Flame, and it's a very kind of burnt orange kind of color. It's also called ES30, and on the website they describe this as a vivid orange, and this is a matte finish. So I'm just gonna go ahead, swatch that up right beside that gray. And this one is a tad bit more dry as well. And this one to me doesn't seem to swatch as well as the other ones, but it you know, you can really build it up. So there it is right there. Alright, so that pretty much completes my swatches of the Morphe shadows, and I still have them going all the way up my arm. So I just wanted to touch on a few things. So shipping. I was really impressed with their shipping. It took about, I want to say like a week and a half. They shipped it out in 4 days, and then it got to me in probably like a week and a half. It probably could have been like a week, because I know like when it did get to Canada, my local post people and the customs and whatever, they took a little bit longer processing it and actually getting it to my door, but that was still cool. I paid about $10 for shipping, which I thought was very reasonable, especially for Canadian shipping, because it's always like an arm and a leg, and then at which point you just don't even want to order anymore because it costs more than the product. But anyways, that's a different story. So $10 for shipping, that's a plus for me. And when they packaged it, they put it in this bubble wrap. Well, it's like a bubble envelope, so you can see inside. Hopefully it picks up, but yeah, just that typical like bubble envelope. And I really wanted to touch on the packaging as well, because they took the time to put a very bright, fragile, handle with care sticker on it, so people know that, you know, there's fragile items in there and that they should be very careful with it. They also packaged these shadows in these really cool packaging, which I thought was pretty neat. So yeah, all the shadows were packed in that envelope. But what I thought was really cool that really allowed the shadows not to mess around and get cracked or anything was because it had like this very weird kind of like cardboard thing, and hopefully you're going to be able to see that, but it has like a styrofoam ring around the center. And then what happened was the eyeshadows were just popped very nicely into that styrofoam holder right there, and it closes up just like that, so you can see the front of it exposed. And then they had this nice little envelope here which has the labeling of the eyeshadow and the name and how much product is in each pan, and then it fits just nicely like that. So I thought that was really cool. So I do have some nicks in my eyeshadows, but that was solely my fault. That was simply because I was trying to film this video before and I kept putting the eyeshadows in and taking them out, and then eventually the flaps just ended up nicking them. But yeah, they really took the time out to, you know, package the eyeshadows and make sure they do not get damaged. As far as the product, I think these eyeshadows are pretty much the same size as what a MAC or a Coastal Scents eyeshadow would be. Let me just double check. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Coastal Scents eyeshadows because I have a lot of those as well. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and grabbed my Coastal Scents eyeshadow palette. So here's one of them right here, and here is a Morphe eyeshadow compared to that. So you can see that it is pretty much the same, and I also went on the site and I confirmed that they do have the same amount of product. So the product amount that they have is 1.5 grams, and that's equivalent to 0.05 US ounces. So it's pretty much the same. And if you compare the prices, I believe MAC eyeshadows here in Canada are about $12 US for each pan. And, you know, versus Morphe, these eyeshadows are only $2. $2. You know, so I would really say go ahead and pick up these Morphe eyeshadows. From what I can tell already by swatching them, they are super, super buttery. And I don't think you're going to be missing out on anything. I think they're definitely comparable to MAC because I do have some MAC shadows in a little palette that I picked up recently. And I mean, they're not really any much different, to be honest. Like, I mean, some of them don't swatch as well, but you know, like these colors up here, for example, those ones are amazing and they were super, super buttery. I don't even know if the ones that I have from MAC are that buttery, but I will definitely come back and do a review for the Morphe eyeshadows. I'll probably do like an eyeshadow tutorial, hopefully, if I have great lighting. And yeah, I would just say go ahead and check out morphebrushes.com. I'll put the links down below, and I maybe will put a link or a list of the eyeshadows in case you don't want to like scroll through the whole video to realize which ones I actually picked up. I'll just place that down there as well. So let me know if you guys have picked up any eyeshadows from Morphe brushes and what your thoughts are. And yeah, like this video if you enjoyed it, and until next time, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Old necklace that I don't use anymore and maybe reattach it. But I mean, it's nice. I do like it. I also got a similar one which is silver. This one seems to be made a lot